Hi everybody, this is Miss Bufford and this is video number 3 in our distance learning unit for acids and bases, and in this video we're going to talk about neutralization reactions. So your learning goals for this video are to be able to define and identify neutralization reactions. So what is a neutralization reaction? Anytime an acid and base are mixed, a neutralization reaction occurs where at least some of the acid and base in the reaction are neutralized. This means that the acid and base react with one another in such a way that the caustic properties of the acid are lessened or eliminated, and the caustic properties of the base are lessened or eliminated. So how and why does this happen? So to go ahead and answer the question about why acids and bases neutralize one another, it's a good idea just to take a look at the overall reaction. Well, if you'll take a look at the example equation that I have up here, I have hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide reacting with one another. These are Arrhenius acids and bases, meaning that this reaction takes place in aqueous solution. When these substances are dissolved in water, they will dissociate into the ions that make them up. For example, hydrochloric acid dissociates into hydrogen ions and chloride ions, and sodium hydroxide will dissociate into sodium ions and hydroxide ions. These ions then switch partners or react with the ions from the other compound, meaning that this hydroxide ion will come over and react with this hydrogen ion to form a water molecule, and the sodium ion will react with the chloride ion to form a unit of sodium chloride. This is going to be the same anytime we have an Arrhenius acid reacting with an Arrhenius base. The only difference will be the identity of the ionic salt that's formed. So in an acid-base neutralization reaction, we are always going to have water and an ionic salt produced. And if this reaction occurs with stoichiometrically equivalent amounts of acid and base, then the result is plain salt water with no acid or base left over. And the resulting pH will be 7 or neutral. So neutralization reactions can be really useful. Aside from just neutralizing caustic substances or changing the pH of a solution, neutralization reactions can be useful if you need to be able to determine the concentration of an acid or base. When neutralization reactions are used for this purpose, it's called an acid-base titration. Some examples of where acid-base titrations can be useful would be in environmental science. So this could be used to determine how acidic or basic waterways or bodies of water are, and to help determine what the human impact in an area has been or from a specific human activity. They can be used for determining the pH of medications. They can be used to determine the acidity of different wines. And in the food industry, they can be used to determine the acidity of foods and beverages, and sometimes they can be used to determine the amounts of some nutrients found in foods. Thank you for watching Bufford Chemistry. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more chemistry help.